Welcome to you all, my dear students. Today we are going to start the chapter The Three Orders of your book History. And this is the first topic in which we are going to discuss about the social and political structure of Western Europe during the medieval time period. So students, let's find out. These socio and economic political changes occurred in Europe because of the fall of the Roman Empire. This Roman Empire, when it becomes weakened, there was a control over the territories of Spain, France, and these all political status, they want to increase their territory, and that's why the military conflict was frequent in these regions, which leads to a new social categories. This is known as the Christian priest, the land owning nobles, and the peasants. These are the three important orders about which we are going to discuss through this chapter. So students, let's talk about the second, that is the land owning nobles. Today we are going to discuss about the noble class. So let's find out an introduction to the feudalism. The term feudalism derived from the German word feud, which means a piece of land. Those who rule over that piece of land, they are known as the nobles or the lords. And these nobles are just like a helping hand for the king. They collect the revenue, they perform the various kind of agricultural activities on these lands with the help of peasants. And not as an administrative, but also they have the economic importance also. Feudalism in economic sense, it refers to a kind of agricultural production. With the time period, they got the jurisdiction power. They also involved in the political structure, and that's why the feudalism went beyond the economy, and it covers the social and political aspects of life as well. So, for the better understanding, let's find out the table that we have here. In this, you can see that the king at the apex, who is the head of this feudal structure, and the king is held by the nobles who worked under the king. Later on, with the need, a new allied group had been occurred, that is known as the knights, and these knights are generally belong to the army. They are brave army men. And last is the peasants, who worked in the agriculture field, or at the time of need, they also helped the nobles. Here we have two countries about which we are going to discuss about the feudalism. The first is the France and the England. So Gaul was a province of the Roman Empire. Later on, with the weakening of the Roman Empire, this Gaul, which was cover a large area. Here with the help of map, let's find out this region. It has a large coastal area, and this coastal area, it also contains a kind of mountains, long rivers, and vast plain stretch area that has been under the control of Germanic tribe known as the Franks, and they gave their name to the Gaul, or make it France. And France have a good contact or the bond with the Christianity. The French had strong links with the church, or in 800 the Pope gave King Charlemagne the title of the Holy Roman Emperor. So next about the nobility. Nobility, as the society was divided into three orders. The first was the priest, and at the second was the nobles. Nobles, they were the big land owners, and the nobles were vassals of the king, and peasants were vassals of the landowners. The noble enjoyed a privileged status in the society. Privileged status in the sense that they have the preference in the society. If you remember, students, so in class 9th or 10th, you have also find out about the privileges of the nobles through the chapter The French Revolution, in which they were exempted to pay the taxes. They have importance in the society, as well as they have right to collect revenue. Such kind of privileges were given to these nobles. He was the lord of all people settled on his land. उसकी जो टेरिटरी होती थी, उस टेरिटरी में जितने भी लोग रहते थे, he was the master of them. His house was called manor, and his lands were cultivated by peasants who acts as foot soldiers in battle. So this is all about the nobility class. Now the next is the manorial estates. The manorial estate indicates that what the manor and its near about area consist is known as the manorial estate. In these manorial estate, we simply find the a small manorial estate could contain a dozen families, while the larger estates might include 50 or 60 families. In this manor structure, the manor is generally, here we can see the a big castle type structure, and this manor consists the partial land, the workshop where all the daily activity products has been produced or easily available, the agricultural field, peasant settlements, church. These all are the important parts that are available in the manor. Almost every needed for daily life was found on the estate. Either we talk about the agricultural production, we talk about the need of blacksmith, carpenter. Similarly, generally the women wove fabrics, children used to work in the wine presses of a king, lord, and those lords who want to live a luxurious life, they have to make contact with the outsiders. Outsiders in the sense that कि सभी चीज़ें केवल उनके manorial estate में नहीं available थी, like the rich furnishing products, metals, okay, and some other kind of important or the precious things. For that they had to make contact with the outsider. And from the 13th century, some castles were made bigger for users as a residence. Here I would like to include one more thing, that the knight. Students, knight. Knight was, in the beginning we have seen, it is another important allied class that had been emerged during the 9th century, and it had been occurred with the need of good cavalry or the army. और जो knights थे, they are important for the nobles because they were the vassals for the nobles, and at the time of war they helped the nobles. Now the next is the assignment. Here are questions for you which you have to do. Question number 1, how was European society divided? Second is, describe two features of early feudal society in France. Third, what is the political importance of the feudal system? And the fourth, what concept had been given by Abbess Hildegarde of Bingen? So students, I hope you have enjoyed this video, and we will meet in the next class with the first order. Okay, thank you, have a nice day.